The people involved in the drug companies and the insurance companies and the food industry all work together, and many of them own stock in each other's companies, and many of them are on the boards of each other's companies. It's a criminal enterprise, and here's how it works. There are many facets, but I'm going to give you one. They'll have this meeting, and I know because I was in the meetings 30 years ago, and the food industry says we are putting some ingredients in the food, some additives. And our chemists and scientists know that this one additive in a minute amount doesn't cause any problem. And this other additive in a minute amount really doesn't have any long-term negative effects. And this third additive in a minute amount really doesn't have any negative effects on a person if it's in food and they consume it. But our chemists have discovered that when you add all three at the same time, a new compound is formed. And now the person's going to have twitching in their legs. It's going to cause this shaking in their legs. And sometimes can take 3 to 5 to 7 years before it starts developing because it affects the nerves and so forth. So this is how the conversation goes. So the food companies will say, so what we're going to do is we're going to start putting it in the food, knowing that 7 or 8 or 9 years from now, there's going to be hundreds of thousands or millions of people with this leg shimmering, shaking issue that are going to want a treatment. We should call it something. I know. We'll call it restless leg syndrome. So when restless leg syndrome comes out 7 or 8 years from now, you guys, the drug companies, should have a drug approved and ready to go. And you'll make a zillion dollars. Okay, so and then the drug companies say, yeah, we're going to do this. So they start working on the drug knowing that there's going to be this epidemic down the road. That's why magically when there's this epidemic of psoriasis that's everywhere, or diabetes, or hypertension, or restless leg syndrome, or irritable bowel syndrome, or all these new diseases that didn't exist 50 years ago, but everyone's got it. There's words I can't even pronounce, where if you're taking a drug and you're having, twitching, take this other drug. When I was a kid, nobody walked around and did this. But now it's like all over television in America, and it's like a common occurrence. Are you kidding me? And it's caused by a drug, or what's in the food, and you know what their solution is? Take another drug. Then the insurance companies get involved and say, how can we make money on this? So they have to get the government, which is your taxpayer money, and they work out a deal through the lobbyists to make sure that this drug is paid for by insurance, and effectively paid for by the government. Perfect. Because remember, the government pays for Medicare and Medicaid in America, and other countries it's very similar. So they work together on this, and this happens all the time. This is how they make their money.